Welcome to the LaHaye Ice Center on the campus of Liberty University, where the Liberty Flames take on the Virginia Tech Hokies. Hello everyone, I'm Adam Fornwalt. Alongside me is Jacob Patterson. Whitney Robertson will be joining us in a little while. But Jake, these two teams faced off against each other last year. Liberty swept the series, but Virginia Tech feels like they've come back much more improved in this 2017-2018 season.
Yeah, they look to improve a lot this season after last year. They had some problems with the injury bug last year, and that affected their performance on the ice. But a lot of those guys that missed games last year are back. They're healthy, and they're ready to contribute for this Hokies team.
Well, let's move to the Foster Fields Who's Hot. Jake, we'll start first with Virginia Tech, and it's number 21.
Number 21, David DeShill. He's their leading scorer coming back from last year, 14 goals, 18 assists, and he looks to build on those numbers. He was the main contributor last year for them, and he has to do that again this year if they want to be successful.
And as for Liberty, Jake, it's big number 9.
Number 9, Paul Lamoureux. He was the big guy on offense last year. He's the leading scorer returner for the team this year, and hopefully he can keep lighting up the scoreboard for the Flames just like he did last year.
All right, when we get back, we will have the opening face-off between the Flames and the Hokies. Stay locked here at the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
Be free to be you. The freedom to drive what you want to drive, wear what you want to wear, and bank where you want to bank. At Carter Bank and Trust, you'll find the freedom to bank the way you like. Personal service with a smile, face-to-face from people that know you. And with services like our no-fee debit card, lifetime free checking, and over 100 convenient locations, you're free to bank your way. Carter Bank and Trust, the freedom to be you.
Welcome back to the Liberty Flames Sports Network. We have just gotten things underway here. Did not miss anything, just an opening face-off as Liberty dumps the puck into Virginia Tech's zone. Adam Fornwalt alongside Jake Patterson. Flames and the Hokies got a breakaway here. Felipe Rodriguez, one-on-one with the goalie. Nice save there from Blake Scott.
That was great for Blake Scott to get that a little early in the game for him. Normally it takes a little while for the first shot to come his way, but he was ready to go, got the pad on it.
As Jake mentioned earlier, this Virginia Tech team, they feel like they've reloaded. They are ready to go for this 2017-2018 season. Battled the injury bug quite a bit. Ended up finishing 7-20. The Flames, on the other hand, super strong start, even stronger finish. Just came up a little bit short in the finals, the national championship game at the D2 level. Bacher keeps it in for the Flames, but Virginia Tech able to poke it out to center ice. Bacher will dump it back along, and we'll get a line change here for Virginia Tech. Killer C's out there for the Flames, their top line, Crilly, Crane, and Clark. Virginia Tech started the game with Johansson, Rodriguez with the breakaway, and Simonian. Shot for the point, that's deflected wide by Christian Sirocco. Puck gets sent over the boards and out of play. So face-off coming in Virginia Tech territory.
That was a great first offensive set from the Flames. They got their rhythm, they got a couple shots on goal, and take a look at the goalie matchup here. Got Christian Sirocco on the left for Virginia Tech. He was their backup last year, taking over the starting role now. Got a great mask. Got a great goalie mask, Christian Sirocco. And of course, familiar face for all Liberty fans, Blake Scott taking the other end for the Flames.
Yeah, they lost, Virginia Tech, lost Tyler Nolan. There's a shot deflected high up along the boards. Sent back around to the other side. Richardson will attempt to keep it in, and he will do so. Wilson goes chasing. Wilson looking to send the puck back out, falls on the stick of Heisey. Heisey dumps it back along, and puck goes out to center ice. Blick with the reset. As I mentioned, Jake, Tyler Nolan departing this Virginia Tech Hokies team as we get an icing. Puck will come back down the other side. One of the few standouts on this team last year was Nolan, but they feel like they've replaced him enough with the goalies coming in and some of the other freshmen as well.
Yeah, they have a few freshmen this year. 9 freshmen coming in on the team this year, so they're ready to start over and try to build from the disappointments of last season.
Puck gets sent out to center ice. Wilson will go chasing, takes a hack at Calandra. Virginia Tech controlling the puck on the far side, dumping it back along the boards. Poking it out to center ice. Puck dumped back along the boards. Glick will go chasing. He's got some opposition there. Wild Grub will follow him and send him down to the ice. Dumping back along the boards over to Wiesner. Wiesner fights through a defender. Over on the near side, Wiesner has options. He's pushed along the boards. Grabbed up by Niederer. Now sends it out in front, but nobody there but a Virginia Tech stick. Here come the Hokies. They'll choose to dump it back along. Flanders sends someone in the corner for Virginia Tech. There's the captain, Jackson Roy, passing it out to center ice. Niederer, shot, nice save there by Sirocco.
Much faster pace between these two teams than last year. Last year, Virginia Tech came in a little later in the season. They had already been racked by injuries. Were missing most of their roster, and they just weren't able to match pace with the D2, the Liberty Flames stacked roster, and now they're actually keeping up pace. They're keeping possession. They're able to match the physicality, match the speed. It's a nice improvement over last year.
Let's send things down to Whitney.
Thanks, guys. Liberty is coming into their first game of this season with a brand new head coach. Ben Hughes, former captain of the D1 team, has said his transition from player to coach has come around fairly easily thanks to past coaches, assistant coaches, as well as players in his plan for the season. He says that he will begin by really making sure that the guys play the game that they know. A fast-paced, high-tempo game, as well as just encouraging camaraderie and unity among players this season. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Whitney. Good to hear from you. Nice shot there by Virginia Tech, sent over the glove of Blake Scott. Puck sent along the boards on the near side. Crane sends it to himself. Nice check there by Sidden. Here comes Sidden poking it down along the boards. Virginia Tech able to recover, however, sending it back along the boards out to center ice. With it now is Backer. Backer dumps to Crilly, and we're going to get a stoppage of play. And Jake, we're joined now by a third member of our team, my good friend Rhett McGibbon. Rhett, it's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to be here. I'm going to be here until 3:30 a.m., so why not?
You may as well do every game if you're going to be here all night.
Might as well.
Me and you both. It's the three-peat for me today.
That's
Start
right,
with
yeah.
D2,
You got all three.
we'll go to D3, and then end the night on D1. Not a bad way to start my weekend. Face off here. We'll call that a draw, but it's poked out to the Hokies. Fighting for it there is King. Puck sent along the boards on the near side. Richardson with it now. Options to his left. Marshall King dumps it back over to Lamoureux. Lamoureux takes it himself the shot, and that's an easy scoop up there, and we'll get a stoppage after the net comes off.
I almost fooled the goaltender, rather. It looked like Lamoureux was going to get a lot more wood on that and try to take it top shelf glove side. Goalie went down expecting that, but almost stuck through the 5-hole.
And here comes another look. Lamoureux coming in, and yeah, you can tell he probably thought he was going to get a little more leverage on that one, but it just kind of trickled along the ice. No lift, no real nothing on that one.
Great stick work there from Ward, but he couldn't find the finishing touch on that, and puck sent all the way back. Blake Scott will get a stick on it.
I'd like to see Wardo make one dangle, find some open ice, and then let that shot rip instead of trying to beat two guys.
Virginia Tech holding on to the puck. There's a shot. Nice stop by Blake Scott. Forced over to the far side. Dumping it along is Richardson. Richardson had a pass there to King, but King will send it back home. And we'll get a reset from both teams. Fresh legs for either side. Poked away. Wilson with it now. Dumping it back along over to Martin. Martin sent it to Jackson Roy. Roy was looking for Heisey, unable to find him. And Sirocco will fall on it.
And we're starting to see a little bit of extracurriculars after the whistles. After a Liberty player ran into Sirocco on that missed Lamoureux shot.
Well, and Jake, as you mentioned, these two teams did play each other twice last season. September 23rd, just almost a year ago to the day. The Virginia Tech lost 7-3. It was actually 0-0 after one, so kept it pretty close, but Liberty able to break away in the second and the third periods. And then again, they played on January 13th in the Liberty Showcase. Liberty won that one 5-2, but another close game as well. So these two teams play each other very well, familiar with each other. Both teams have spent time in the MAC. Of course, Virginia Tech moving away back into the ACCHA this season. Puck sent along the boards. Heisey with it now, has options out in front. Broken stick will hurt his chances there, and Liberty will be forced to reset.
Broken stick actually kept that puck from going all the way down and kind of left it there for Roy.
Virginia Tech with an opportunity. 3-on-2 and a shot. That's high and wide. Couple of Liberty sweaters making it difficult for Virginia Tech. Puck on the far side now. Perry with it, sends it back along, over to Backer. Backer will take it himself, bad pass. Virginia Tech able to get a stick on it. Nice work there from Backer there to get it right back. Wilson with it now. He'll send it back along the boards. A lot of back going on there. Got Backer, back puck.
Back Bacon.
Back Bacon.
But great hustle play there by Backer to recover his own turnover like that. Get right in there, not let the play die.
Sean can sometimes make the easy play look extremely difficult, and I think he held on to the puck a little bit too long there on the breakout.
Pass out in front, missed side in there, and that puck will go all the way back down.
Flanders on the ice now. This is a guy, incoming freshman, I think is going to be a real dangerous threat for D2 as the season moves along.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see what he does, right? Like you said, one of the new players on this team. Interesting to see what a young coach in Ben Hughes has in store for him. Pass over the Glick on the near side. He's got plenty of space to work with. He loses it instead for no reason there whatsoever. Virginia Tech able to take it now. Both teams kind of getting a feel. It's their first game for both sides. A lot of running into each other, a lot of misguided pucks. Hoey with the shot, deflected off Glick. Glick able to keep it out of Blake Scott's net. That puck was trickling towards that way. There's a shot and pad saved by Scott.
I'm surprised he saw that. He had about 3 bodies in front of him.
Here comes Liberty on the far side, swinging it back along is Crane. Crane doing all the work himself, and we'll get a stoppage of play. And Jake, let's take a look at our keys to the game. We'll start first with Virginia Tech.
Yeah, for Virginia Tech, they gotta start hot. Everyone knows this Liberty team's going to be really good this year, and when you're playing on their ice, they're even better. So you gotta get on them early. And 2013, not 2016. Now, what that means, Virginia Tech had a pretty good season in 2013, and they slowly dropped off every year after that, resulting in last year where they, like you said, finished 7-20. So they want to get back to that 2013 Hokies team. Get back to that. And for Liberty, it's a new year. You got a new coach. You got a bunch of new players. And you can't rest on your laurels of last year. You basically have a new team. And you got to build the chemistry. A lot of these guys never played together before. So you gotta get that established to get back to where you were last year.
I think the interesting aspect of D2 this season will be, last year you had your Docksteaders, your Freemans, guys that could just finesse their way through a maze of people at will. This year's team, you've got guys like Andy Clark and Jamie Crane. I think you'll see a bit more of a blue-collar team that...
Speaking of Mr. Crane, that was a heck of a shot there. Nice save by Sirocco.
But like you said, Red, this is a much more physical team than last year's team. Last year's D2 team was all flash, and they were very good at it. But this year they don't have as much of that. They're going to have to rely on the dirty goals a little bit more this year.
I think, yeah, that's going to be their bread and butter. They should focus on that and not worry about the skill. You got your Wards out there. They'll score a pretty goal here and there. Lamoureux as well.
He almost had one right there. Almost slid it past the goalie's skate and opening only a couple inches wide.
That's exactly what they need to do, though. Get a shot low, go for a rebound, let guys like King and Clark and, on the third line, a guy like Wilson, a guy who has a big body, go to the net and just score, the non-pretty goals, and you'll win a lot of games.
And talking to head coach Ben Hughes, he was really excited about all 4 of these lines. And you look at some of the names on these lines, like you said, a line 2 with Rob Ward and Paul Lamoureux. You can't ask for much more than that, especially on a D2 team. That's pretty loaded up for sure.
Go ahead.
Jackson Roy with the shot, and that's saved.
Their top 6 are all guys that have played D1 here at some point in time. Like Wilson played for a season. You know what? I could be wrong. On Ward's wing, I'm not sure who is on the left side, but that could be a non-Division II player or D1
Marshall
player.
King.
Okay, so King, yeah, he played D1. So you've got at least 7 former D1 players sprinkled through your lineup.
Yeah, Blake Scott back there as well. Hasn't been tested too much this game, but certainly a presence. And like you said, played at the D1 level before. And as I like to call them, the killer C's now, Curly, Crane, and Clark in that top lineup for the Flames.
C++.
There you go. Wilson with it now. He'll take it himself 1-on-4. Decides to send it back. Nice pass over to Heisey. Heisey back to Wilson. Wilson to sit-in. Heisey with it. Passes out in front. Nice shot there. Not sure if Sirocco knew where it was, but his body was there, and he picks up the save.
And sometimes that's how goalies have to get saves. You don't know where the puck is, but you're just in the right place at the right time, and it hits your shoulder or something, and you get the save.
Well, and Jake, like we talked about, Virginia Tech certainly looking to revamp, but they are without their captain. So we talked about injuries last year, and their captain this year is out to start the season with an injury, Patrick McKieran. They're expecting him back probably in the next couple of weeks or so, but you would hope for Virginia Tech that that's not the start of something, that it's just a one-off thing.
Yeah, I would hope for Virginia Tech's sake, it's nothing too serious and nothing too long-term a thing that keeps happening to their roster, just losing players every couple weeks.
Liberty controlling the puck in the Virginia Tech zone. With it is Ward. Ward with the pass over to Martin. He'll dump it back around. Marshall King. King, nice pass there. Looked like that was a shot or a pass. Can't really tell. Finds a single Lammer. Now King with the shot. Glove save by Sirocco.
Flames doing a nice job of finding a soft spot in the defensive zone coverage of Virginia Tech right in the slot.
Saving it is Martin. Martin with the shot. That's a pad save by Sirocco. Here comes Virginia Tech. DeShill, their leading goal scorer, returning from last season, has it taken away. Rob Ward dumps it back to Roy. Roy with the shot. Nice save by Sirocco.
And I don't know what it is with Virginia Tech, but they just find goalies. And Sirocco, another example of this. Last year, Hammond, Patterson rather, did a fantastic job for him. They got Wolski before that. They just seem to have a knack for finding really good goaltenders. And so far in this game, it's all Sirocco.
I believe the name you were looking for last year was Tanner Jones. Tanner
right,
Jones.
Yeah, they did have a Patterson at one point, but you're right, it was Tanner Jones.
We got our own Patterson, Jacob Patterson.
Right.
That's all you need.
I'm pretty sure you kept using my name in reference to Tanner Jones last year when you were calling the game. I distinctly remember that. I wasn't even calling that game. I was on camera.
I was just thinking of you, Jake.
That's right. Glick sends it back along the boards. Over to Wiesner. Wiesner dumps it back. Passed out in front. He was looking for the stick of Niederer. Unable to find him, and Niederer's upended. And we'll get a reset here from the Flames. Pass over to Wiesner. Loses the puck. Regains it on his own. Caleb Wiesner over to his right. Passed out in front. No, not a stick there. Niederer was trailing just a tad late. Richardson trying to keep it in the zone. Puck sent out to center ice. And Virginia Tech will now hold possession.
That's a good battle on the far boards by Wiesner. He gave his defenseman an opportunity to keep that in.
Wiesner with a pass out in front. Once again, he was looking for Jamie Crane.
Niederer's slippery little guy, number 8 in white. He's a guy that you look at him and you're like, oh, I wonder what this kid can do. And somehow he'll find himself behind the defense.
Good cut out in front there from Johansson. Backer passing it over to the far side. Flames. Another shot out in front. Sirocco. Good work from him. And we'll get a face-off.
And a little bit extra.
Sure, Ben Hughes would love to see his group just get one past the goaltender, Sirocco, because it's starting to get that feel of a game where Liberty's just going to pepper them. I bet you they've had 20 shots here so far in the first. And then before you know it, Virginia Tech's going to have an odd-man rush, a breakaway of sorts, and they could put one in the back of the net.
We're going to get our first penalty of the afternoon. This one's going to be on Virginia Tech. It's number 27, Andrew Calandra. So Liberty will have their first power play of the season for 2 minutes. 7:36 left to go in this one. Dotted at 0. Ward taking his time, plenty of space. Ward with the shot, oh! Off the bar and in the back of the net. And just like that, the Flames make Virginia Tech pay. It's 1-0.
Picking up right where they left off last year on the special teams. One of the best special teams units at the D2 level last year, picking up right where they left off.
You cannot give a guy like Rob Ward that much space. He will burn you off the top of the post, in the back of the net, the crossbar central there.
Right off the corner too. That was a really lucky bounce for Robert Ward. Normally you hit there, that's not going in. That's going up into the net or coming out to center.
Rhett, there's the goal you were asking for.
I'm telling you, Robert Ward, a guy that just has the ability to pick a spot, one of the best shots in all the ACHA.
Shot deflected into the glove of Sirocco. We'll get a face-off momentarily. Kind of looking at some of the names that were coming back for Virginia Tech. One that stuck out to me, Mason Wildgroove, a guy you've already seen a little bit here this afternoon. Missed 15 games last season with an injury. He's one of the, I believe, 6 or 7 players that went out for Virginia Tech last season. But they are healthy and one of the deeper teams as far as bodies that you'll see this season. Full bench over there. We'll see how they match up with Liberty's depth as well. That's something that I feel like we always talk about with Liberty, is the depth of their teams, and a lot of teams just can't seem to match that, whether it's skill level or even on a numbers level. But I think Virginia Tech has that ability, and they always play them very well. The shot by Virginia Tech sent up into the air by Scott, batted down. There's another shot deflected off the stick of Liberty. The puck will be cleared out to center ice. DeShill looks to reset. Stolen away by Lamoureux. Holds on to it himself, then has it stolen away by Roberts.
Puck just hit the stick of Lamoureux with a little too much zip on it, and he couldn't keep a hold of it. But
all the way down to Rob Ward, looking for number 2, crosses over to his right. And I believe Sirocco got a stick on it, or a glove. His helmet comes flying off.
And I believe the net is dislodged too.
The 3. We'll have to take another look at that, but a nice stop by Sirocco nevertheless, because Rob Ward had plenty of space to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah, he was in there all alone. Let's take another look. He's wide open in front of the cage, and Sirocco just follows him the whole way and gets down, loses his helmet. But he finished the play.
Lamoureux with the shot. That's high, just misses. King working with Ward. Ward with a nice back pass. Sends it over to Martin. Martin dumps it back along to King, but he's unable to get a stick on it. Virginia Tech looking to clear. Roy stops him. Ward with it. He has it stolen away. Here comes Virginia Tech. They'll send it back down to Slater. Martin meets him halfway. Lamoureux looking to clear. Sends it back over to the near side. Over to King. Marshall King fighting for it. Surrounded by Hokies. Able to poke it out is Hoey. Hoey sends it over out to center to Schill. Oh, nice play there. Good stick by Martin, able to get out in front of the net. And here we go. Liberty with an opportunity. It's Crane. He has it stolen away. Crilly with it now, fighting for it. Virginia Tech able to recover. And they'll send it back. And icing will be the call.
I'd like to see that line just get shots. Like, I want them firing in all cylinders. Every time you can get an opportunity, like you had a 3-on-2 there, you need to get a shot on net all day. And right now, I think it's, I'm not saying this is definitely the case, but sometimes you get a little bit of a syndrome that lasts for a couple weeks where players come down from a higher level and they believe that the drop-off's going to be huge and they're going to be able to finesse their way through. And that's not the case. From D2 to D1, it's not a huge drop-off.
Yeah, absolutely, and definitely in this Liberty program, the drop-off is certainly not there. It's about the same level of play, and Virginia Tech's a solid team, but there's other teams out there with more experience and bigger pedigree. Big shot there. Looked like it came from Jamie Crane. Sent back along the boards over to Crane.
Crane had a wide open cage, just a little off on the angle after the dive from Cisco.
Crane options, has the puck stolen away. Chasing it is King. Richardson with the shot that's sent back out to center ice. Glick has a trailer. He'll send it back over to King. King will choose to dump it along the boards, and Virginia Tech will reset now. 4:20 left to go in the first period. The lone goal coming for Liberty on the back of a power play off the stick of Rob Ward. Big pass over to Flanders.
He is sneaky, boy. Oh, I like this kid.
Flanders, Niederer, and Wiesner out now for the Flames. Puck sent high in over the glass, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
I like the fact as well, Ben Hughes rewarding this line. Their last shift, they had some offensive chances, and he goes right back to him. Wiesner's a guy that didn't get to see a ton of ice last year under Chris Lowe's, but we've got a new head coach here in Ben Hughes, and looks like Wiesner, Niederer, and Flanders earning some trust.
With a hit like he delivered to get that Virginia defender off of Flanders should be interesting to watch this season. He's slippery, but he's still not afraid to lay the body.
Backer with a shot that's deflected wide. Flanders sends it back along the boards. Shot from sit-in, that's just wide. Backer sends it along. Niederer goes chasing. Virginia Tech able to hold on to it. They'll send it back along to the near side. Virginia Tech unable to clear it out of their zone. Finally, they'll do so. Sit in with it now out to center ice. Options to either side. He'll take it himself. Has it stolen away. Hunter Bell will send the puck back along. Fighting forward in the corner is Wild Grew, and he's pinned along the boards. Here comes Sean Backer. Takes it himself, 3-on-1. Pass out in front, shot! Nice save there by Sirocco. He has been a stalwart when it has been even strength for the Hokies.
Yeah, he's been a brick wall back there. 9 times out of 10, that shot from Backer's going in.
Backer, one of those guys that has D1 ability. A guy that definitely has the skill set to play at that level. Some of his decision making at times can be questionable, but right there you see it. He goes into just a, hokey pokey land and gets by all 4 and then sets up a beautiful pass in front.
He certainly has nice stick handling for a defenseman. Like you said, sometimes it's the top part of his body that lets him down. The bottom 2/3 are usually pretty solid from Bacher. No doubt about that. I'm excited to see how he does at this level this year.
I think it's great for him. It's a great opportunity for him to log a lot of minutes, and he's going to be an impact player, no doubt about it. I love his game, and I love the way he plays. And being selfish, I wish he was playing D3 again this year.
So I'd say that's the one guy that they cherry picked from you, huh?
But he's like I was saying. I think he's a guy that could play Division I hockey. But he's going to make a huge impact in Division II this season, I'm sure.
Puck sent along to the near side. Martin loses it. That'll be recovered by Jackson Roy. Roy over the Clark. Looking for Martin, loses it. Puck will be sent back down to Crilly. And we'll get a stoppage of play. Oh, a penalty, actually. It's going to go against Andy Clark.
Wow.
Elbowing is going to be the call.
First opportunity to see what Virginia Tech's power play looks like. As well as the Flames penalty kill, something that was very good for them last year as well. Not too many goals given up at any point for the Flames last year.
Did you guys know they actually are not gonna, they used to play the hokey pokey at Virginia Tech. What was it, football games?
I think they still do.
No, they got rid of it.
Stopped.
Yeah,
They stopped?
this summer.
They did.
That's so sad. They said they're not gonna do it anymore. For me, I'm like, why not?
It's a great opportunity, right? They definitely
It's
should.
just so fitting.
It is.
Like, it's got your name in it, and it's just a fun dance. It's old school, and it's tradition, and I don't know why they got rid of that tradition. I really liked it.
Kids these days. Blake Scott with the save there. We'll get a face-off in Liberty territory. 1:25 left to go in the first period. Liberty leads 1-0 off the stick of Rob Ward. I almost called him Rob King. That's Marshall King. Rob Ward, but Virginia Tech on the power play for the rest of this period. See if they can even it up at 1.
And I like what I've seen so far from this Virginia Tech power play. They're putting some pressure on the defense. They're trying to get a rhythm. Obviously, Liberty's penalty kill is one of the better in the ACHA, so it's hard to establish against that. But they're doing a pretty good job.
And we'll get a stoppage of play here as Sitting held the puck in the corner for a little bit too long. Luke Slater to take the face-off for the Hokies. Rob Ward for the Flames. Face-off poked away by the Flames.
Nice work by Heisey. He fought through a couple bodies, and just his effort was the pure reason that puck got out.
You could see him angling before the face-off started. He saw something there, and he was able to get a stick on it, like you said, Rhett. Puck sent out over to the near side. Now to center ice. Over to Caranassos, excuse me. Backer will look to clear along the boards. It's stopped along the boards by Calandra. Flicking it back to Backer. Heisey meets Caranassos along the boards. Calandra with the shot. That's deflected off his own man. Looked like he got a piece of Slater. Sent down in front is Sidden. Slater out in front to Calandra. Calandra with the shot. That's off the skate of Heisey. Sidden will wait for this puck. Stolen away by the Hokies. Couple seconds left for an opportunity. Nice body save there. Clark is 2 seconds. Not going to be enough time. That will do it for the first period. An interesting period. Both teams in the feeling out process, but Liberty grabs the early lead, 1-0.
If you had asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, could I imagine Rob Ward laying the body down for a block shot on a penalty kill? I would have said no. I would have laughed. But there, sure enough, it was. Great leadership by the veteran forward.
And great hustle from Clark coming out of the box too to try to get the breakaway off the loose puck.
All right, guys, let's send things down to Whitney with head coach of Virginia Tech, Joe Mullen.
Thanks, guys. Coach Mullen, the rivalry between Liberty and Virginia Tech is really strong, and Liberty has managed to come out on top the past 2 years. What is it about this team that has given y'all such a hard time?
It's hard to explain that one. I mean, when you have 5 teams and you drop D1 players down every year, it's hard to compete when you don't have that at your school.
And you told me before the game that a big purpose for today was for you just to be able to see where your guys are at after the first period. What are your thoughts?
I think we're young, a little inexperienced, and we have some growing to do.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you very much, Whitney. Jake, what's one thing that Virginia Tech can do better to get back into this game?
They just need to watch the center ice turnovers. That goes for both teams, but Virginia Tech was hurt more by them. That cut down on the center ice turnovers, you have a chance to get right back in this thing. When
we get back, we will have second period action. Right now, the Flames lead the Hokies 1-0. Stick with us on Liberty Flames Sports Network. Welcome back to the LaHaye Ice Center here at Liberty University, where the Flames lead the Virginia Tech Hokies 1-0. Adam Fornwalt, Jacob Patterson, Rhett McGibbon now down in between the boards. But Jake, we'll start with you. A good period for the Flames as they got the lead. It's 1-0, but both teams really just kind of feel out and what's going on here early on in the season.
Yeah, that definitely looked like a first period of the season for both teams. There were a few timing screw-ups. There were a few minor miscommunications, but all in all, Liberty looked pretty solid. Virginia Tech answered the bell on pretty much every hit, every offensive opportunity they answered pretty much every time. So that was a great first period for both teams.
Now, Rhett, you are the coach of the D3 team, and your guys' first game is coming up here next, but what do you do as a coach? What do you do as a coach to kind of get your guys ready to go for this first game? What are some of the things you do to get the jitters out?
Oh, we practice. That's a big part of the game plan. We practice out there. You know, we scrimmage as well. We've got 13 freshmen on our team this year, so it's just a matter of getting the guys zoned in, knowing where they're supposed to be. And I've got guys last night, I was like, all right, on the power play before this year, where'd you play? And he goes, Coach, honestly, it's the first time I've ever been on power play. So you kind of chuckle and you move on, but it's just about getting reps. And, you know, no matter what you do, the first 10 minutes of a game, there's going to be jitters for freshmen and for guys that are veterans. You know, it's just that excitement in the air, knowing that you're going to play meaningful hockey again.
Absolutely. So we'll take a look here what is in store for the second period in just minutes. I guess seconds should be the answer.
Yeah, really.
A minute, seconds here. Be very interesting to see how both teams come out in the second period, and we're getting some work done on the ice. So we'll take a minute to talk about, again, what happened last year between these two teams. September 23rd, the 7-3 loss. The Flames took down Virginia Tech 0-0 after the first period. Lamoureux, who's been good so far in this one, he scored a hat trick, and Sidden with 2 assists for himself as well. McKiernan, who is not here today for Virginia Tech, scored, as well as Rodriguez and Simone, and they are here. And that January 13th game, the Liberty Showcase, it was tied 2-2 after 2, Jake, but Liberty able to score 3 goals in the second period, something they did very well.
Yeah.
3 goals in the third period. They did a very good job of closing out games last year.
And that was against that second game was against a very, very depleted Virginia Tech team. By that point in the season, they had lost a lot of guys for long periods of time. So I don't expect to see results like those today.
Getting things back underway here. Virginia Tech now going from right to left. Liberty will go from left to right. Roy with the takedown, and I believe he's going to be sent to the box for that.
Yeah, we got that was textbook tripping right there.
Okay, he's going to get called for a hook, guys. Nothing else he could really do on that one. The puck bobbles up over his stick, and he was getting burned with speed. He hooked on and possibly saved a goal on that play.
Yeah, so nothing you can really do but take the penalty there.
Virginia Tech on their second power play of the afternoon. They had one just before the end of the first period, and we're unable to do anything with it. Face-off won by the Hokies. With it now is Karanassos. Karanassos dumps it back along, unable to hold on to it is Grant Phillips. Phillips, kind of that sturdy defenseman in the back, had 17 assists last season. He was very solid for them, and an all-star selection for them as well last year in the MAC. Coley trying to get a stick on it. He loses it. Now it falls to Rodriguez. Rodriguez with the shot. That's deflected away and cleared by the Flames.
That was some great defensive cycling there by Backer and Sid, and they were all over any maroon sweater that got near the puck, and that's just textbook tripping right there.
Once again, that's going to go on Jeff Wilson. He will go to the box as well. So now a 5-on-3 opportunity for the Hokies.
Yeah, big chance for the Hokies here, guys. And if they're going to want to get back in this hockey game, they're going to have to do it on the power play, because 5-on-5 action, Liberty is dominating. So the Hokies, like I said, big opportunity here, possibly to even go ahead. They're going to have a minute 15 of 5-on-3 to work with.
So it'll be Glick, Ward, and Richardson out on the ice for the Flames. The trio will look to stop this 5-on-3. Calandra with the shot. That's off the padding and deflected out wide. Looking to poke it away is Glick, fighting with a Hokie. Virginia Tech able to come up with it, pushes the puck over on the near side. Murphy with the shot. That's high. Puck sent back over to DeShill. DeShill will take it himself with the shot poked up into the air. Slater fighting for it, passes it out in front, over to Calandra. Calandra over to Murphy. Murphy taking his time, his options on either side, slings it over to his right to Calandra. Calandra passing it over to DeShill. DeShill with the shot, and nice save by Blake Scott.
Yeah, he followed that one the whole way, got it right in his glove, and that's a great save by Scott.
If I'm a part of Virginia Tech, I'm peppering Blake Scott low. He's got Bauer pads, flat face, really hard pad. You're going to get rebounds off that thing. So I'm hammering them low, setting up maybe 2 guys in the slot looking for rebounds.
Puck stolen away. Murphy with the shot. That's just wide.
It's a great shot by Murphy. Just a little bit off. A few inches back to the right. That could go past Scott.
Holding on to it is Calandra. Calandra passing it over to Murphy. Back to Calandra. Calandra with the shot off the skate of Sidden. And it will shortly be a 5-on-4 here. Yes, indeed. And Roy's going to have a shot at this. He's by himself. 1-on-1 with the keeper. The defenseman loses the puck. And Liberty will hold on to it. Opportunity goes awry for the Flames as the young defenseman, the captain of this team, unable to keep his stick on the puck. 30 seconds left to go in the 5-on-4, and you expect Liberty will just dump the puck and hope to run this out to get the 5-on-5 even strength.
20 seconds left on the Wilson penalty, and Liberty's doing their best to keep Virginia Tech pinned in their own zone.
Murphy swings it back along the boards over to Phillips. Phillips loses it. Poking it away is Andy Clark. Clark fighting forward in the corner. He misses it. Here comes Hoey. Hoey will dump it back along, and Glick will hold on to it for the Flames. Even strength now. Long cross-ice pass. That's deflected away. Instead, it's taken by Wilson. He can't hold on to it. Heisey will fight forward as well. And now it's the Hokies. Nice jump there from Johansson. Glick will look to clear. He loses the puck. Crilly loses it as well. Both teams struggling with the turnovers in this one. Puck cleared out the center ice. Eventually will trickle its way into Virginia Tech territory. Crilly goes skating in for it. Icing waved off. Puck cleared down over to Hoey. Perry steals it away. Sit in over on the near side. Options to his left. He'll take it in himself. He's taken down. Crilly looks to send it out the center. Perry looking for Sidden, looking for Crilly. There's a shot and a save by Sirocco, and Sirocco pins it up against the net. And with that, we'll send things down to Whitney Robertson.
Thanks, guys. You have probably noticed a lot of new faces out on the ice today, and that's because a lot of changes took place during the offseason to the roster. Several guys moved around in the divisions. Less than half the guys returned to the team this season. However, coaches and players are not discouraged with all of these transitions. In fact, I caught up with junior defenseman Brandon Drumheller, and he told me that the guys that have come from D1 to D2 have already proven to be key leaders to the team. They're contributing right away, and freshmen could potentially be the top scorers in the league.
Thank you very much, Whitney. Yeah, as Red was mentioning earlier, definitely a stout freshman class coming into this D2 team, and they've done a good job so far.
Yeah, the freshmen on this team, they've done a great job out there. It's hard to tell the difference. They look like they've been on this team for 3 years, just like some of the veteran guys.
Let's say just like this line that's out here right now for the Flames, and Lamoureux, King, and Ward. Ward with the puck now. Oh, he tried to do some fancy stick work there, but good job by the Hokies to get a stick on it. Puck sent out to center ice to Lamoureux. Lamoureux to King. Ward jumps over it. Unable to hold on to it as King. Now the Hokies have it. It's Fultz. Fultz will send the puck down along the boards behind the net. Backer sends it over to Lamoureux. Lamoureux can't hold on to it. Backer in between two Virginia Tech forwards. Puck sent out in front, and that's picked up by Blake Scott.
Nice job by Scott there. They had bodies lurking. That wasn't a hard shot either. Sometimes those have the opportunity to kind of bounce out as well, and he did a nice job swallowing that up because Hokie right on his doorstep.
Face-off coming. Andy Clark taking it for the Flames. Wild group for Virginia Tech. It's won by the Hokies. Sent down the ice is Jackson Roy. A nice check from Hunter Bell. But the Flames able to come out on top of it. Jackson Roy with the cross-ice pass to Crane. Crane unable to hold on to it.
That's a good back check there by Virginia Tech. Broke up that rush.
Martin with it now, able to keep it in Virginia Tech zone. Crane. Over to Crilly. Crilly with a little shot there, but not a whole lot on that. Falling down is Kyle Martin. Jackson Roy, the captain, looking to reset for the Flames. Sends it along the near side. Puck poked up into the scorer's table, and we'll get a stoppage of play. 14:43 left to go in the second period. Flames lead 1-0. Adam Fornwald alongside Jacob Patterson and Rhett McGibbon. Early opportunity in the second period for Virginia Tech, a 5-on-3 man advantage, but weren't able to do anything with it, and that's where we stand. Face-off coming near center ice. Won by the Flames. With it now is Glick. Passing it over to the far side, dumped back along the boards. Wiesner goes chasing alongside Flanders. Niederer out there as well. Virginia Tech able to come out with the puck. Rodriguez, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
It's going to be tripping will be the call. Niederer got a stick under his skate blade and fell. Look towards the ref, and yes, this will be tripping.
That's going to go against Grant Phillips, the assistant captain, pretty much acting as the captain today as they were without their lead man. Grant Phillips had a great season last season for Virginia Tech, but called on this one. Yep, you see it there, clear as mud.
And ref had a great angle, nobody in the way. He was looking right at him. You're not getting away with that one.
So another power play opportunity for the Flames. They converted their first one. Crilly with it now. Over to Ward. Ward scored the first power play goal. Lamoureux, Crilly, over the Ward. Back to Crane. Crane loses it on his stick. Able to keep it in the zone, but Virginia Tech fighting as hard as they can to get it out. Eventually it falls to Rob Ward. He's got space again. Over to Crilly. Ward probably should have taken it there himself. Ward circles back over to Crane. Crane taking his time. Down to Lamoureux, over to Crilly. Andy Clark doing some dirty work out in front of the net.
Another penalty coming here to Tech.
5-on-3.
So a 5-on-3 of their own for the Flames for a minute 20. That's going to go on Andrew Calandra once again. Take another look at the penalty there. Sent down to the ice and then looked like maybe a high stick there, not quite sure. Nevertheless, a 5-on-3 for the Flames.
Minute and 20, a 5-on-3 for Liberty. That gives them plenty of room to work with against this Hokies defense. And look who's out there: Crane, Lamoureux, Clark, Crilly, and Ward. That's Ward over there.
Probably the 5 most potent scorers on this team.
Yeah, that's not a surprise when you got the 2-man advantage, getting the best scorers out there.
Ward taking his time over to Crane. Crane circling. Crane with the shot, the angle shot on the left side. Nice job by Sirocco. A little bit of chippiness here from both teams once again.
Well, when you have two teams in this close proximity like Liberty and Virginia Tech are that play each other every season, you're going to see a little bit of that.
And just like that, the 5-on-4 opportunity goes away as Jamie Crane will go to the box. I believe that'll be for shoving. That's a bad penalty for the Flames.
Yeah, that's a bad penalty to take right there. Now you got to play 4-on-3. Your chance of 2-man advantage is pretty much wiped away. And doing a little comms major math, Virginia Tech will actually get a short power play at the end of this.
Crilly with it now. Flames still with the man advantage. 4-on-3. Sidden back over the Clark. Clark back to Sidden. Oh, nice pass there. But again, one too many passes for the Flames. Crilly back to Sidden. Sidden cross ice pass over to over to Ward. Ward over to Clark. Clark tried to poke it in. There was Crilly once again. Puck sent out behind the net. And we'll get a stoppage of play. Hand pass is the call.
That was a huge save down low. He just came across with that left pad, doing the splits, and just a fantastic job by him as well, keeping that left leg strong on the post because the Flames were there jamming away.
I was speaking to a couple of the Hokies before this game started, particularly Andrew Calandra, and He said about Soraka that they were not afraid to put him in the net after losing Tanner Jones. He played well for them last year. The record really does not speak for the quality of player that he is, and he's shown that so far, Jake.
Yeah, he's been a rock at the back end for the Hokies. Liberty keeps knocking on the door, and he's right there to say no.
Andy Clark, options behind him. He'll choose to dump it over to Crilly. Crilly over to Sidden. Sidden to Ward. Ward meanders over to his left. Sidden with the shot, patted away by Soraka. Ward with it now, 4-on-4. Oh, nice play there. Looked like Clark was trying to circle it through, and he does. Crilly ends up with a broken stick and on the ice for it. But Liberty able to take advantage of the 4-on-4 package, and they lead 2-0.
That's what Liberty's going to have to do to score goals this year. Just get big bodies in the right place at the right time and hope for the lucky bounce.
It's going to be Andy Clark's bread and butter this year, like you were saying. He's a large man. He's a full-grown man in Division II, and not many defenders are going to be able to stop him. So if he's willing to take the abuse and just cut across the crease like that, he is going to get tons of goals, and if not, he's at least going to create rebounds and scoring opportunities for his line mates. And
a well-deserved assist to Jamie Crane. Fought his way through the defenders, able to get the puck out in front there for Andy Clark. 2-0 is the score. Liberty trying to clear their puck from their own zone. 34 seconds left to go on their penalty. 15 and counting for Virginia Tech. Another shot, good save there by Soraka once again.
Yeah, that one wasn't getting past him. No screens, just a quick shot. I don't think that one, goals like that are going to get past Soraka today.
.14 seconds left of the 4-on-4, then it will be 5-on-4 for Virginia Tech for the remaining 14 of the Liberty power play. Virginia Tech able to win the face-off, but the puck's dumped back along over to Jackson Roy. Roy looking for Lamoureux. Lamoureux holds on to it now. Circles out in front, passed out in front, looking for Marshall. King was Lamoureux. 5-on-4 for the Hokies. Shot out in front, patted away by Soraka. And even strength for both teams now. Virginia Tech with the puck, working it there with Rodriguez. He's shown flashes of brilliance. Probably been Virginia Tech's best player offensively. There goes a flying stickhead.
I don't think I've ever seen that happen.
Here comes Perry. What good work there from Matthew Perry out in front, and a shot by Wilson. And that's just wide as well. The stick went flying, and Perry took advantage of the distraction. Almost found the back of the net there.
Two great shots from Liberty on back-to-back.
Sidden was looking for one. He has it stolen away, sends it back along to Wilson. Wilson holding on to it, sends it out in front. Heisey was trailing. Puck stolen away. Virginia Tech able to poke it along. That was Grant Phillips doing the dirty work there, but nothing comes up from it. Good work for Virginia Tech with the chase. Sidden sends it back along to Wilson. Wilson flicks it high along the boards. Dumping it back out to center ice. Heisey will go fighting for it. Wilson pokes it along, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
And pass the call on ice level once again.
See the freshman line out for the Flames alongside Caleb Wiesner. It'll be Niederer and Flanders.
Yeah, this will be the interesting line to watch this season. You know what the killer C's, as you like to call them, can do. These guys, I want to see what the three of them can do together.
Martin sends the puck back along the boards. Virginia Tech able to come up with it, however. Here comes Luke Slater looking for the pass. Puck stolen away, bounces out to center ice. Flying down the ice is Niederer. Plays it off the referee's skate. Sending it back along the boards. Referee getting out of dodge. Niederer, oh wow, puck sent along the net and then shot out in front. Wiesner with it now, looking for his options out in front. He'll hold on to it himself. Deflected off of a stick was Wiesner's shot. Blake Scott comes out to clear it. Niederer with it now, options to either side, passes it over to Flanders. He had an opportunity, just couldn't get a full stick on it. Looks like he whipped it just a tad. Great pass by Niederer nevertheless. Jackson Roy will send the puck back along the boards. Line change coming for the Flames. Puck sent out to center ice. Good work there from the stick of DeShill. DeShill sent it to Slater. Slater, that shot's high. Rattles along the boards. Over to Wildgrew. Lamoureux, cross ice pass. Over to King. King moves to his left, back to his right. King, opportunity, oh, great save.
Wow.
Good work by Sirocco.
He was not fooled by any of the flashy moves of Marshall King. He was on that the whole way.
That was just a solid inside-out move by King, and you didn't see that at Division I at all last year, so nice to see him showing off some gifted hands here at the D2 level.
Well, we know his story. Interesting one nevertheless, a great hockey player. Took some time off, came back last season at the D1 level and had a couple games. I believe he suffered some injuries as well, but he was able to come back to the D2 team and really is going to provide a veteran presence for the Flames. Glick able to keep it in the zone, and we're going to get a hand pass instead and a face-off coming. 8:47 left to go in the second period. Liberty leads 2-0 over Virginia Tech. Goals from Andy Clark and Rob Ward for the Flames. Marshall King, pass out in front to Lamoureux, shot just wide. Richardson goes chasing, Virginia Tech able to come out with it. Wildgrew loses it, he falls down at center ice. Flames pushing the reset button. Long pass down looking for Lamoureux. That was Glick. King fighting for it in the midst of the Hokies. Lamoureux comes out with it. Pass over to Glick. Glick with the swing back over to Richardson. Dumps it along over to Crilly. Full line change for the Flames. Virginia Tech passing it along to the near side, but nobody there. Taking it is Sidden. He sends it down to Andy Clark. Clark fighting for it in the corner. Flames will reset at center ice. Backer sending it along the Crane. He's unable to get a stick on it. Virginia Tech clearing it back now. Backer fighting for it. Finds a pair of Hokies waiting for him. Hartley dumping it along. Over to Miller. Good fight from the Hokies, able to get the puck back, but it's stolen away by Backer. Backer cross ice pass. Backer cross the ice to Crane. Crane is options to his left. Keeps it himself, circles around the net and a shot. Good work there, holding the post to Sirocco. Good pass. Hokies with an opportunity. It's Miller with the shot. That's just high. Puck sent back along to Miller. Nothing doing. Stolen away by Phillips. Phillips with the shot. Oh, an opportunity there for Andrew Hartley. Just couldn't get a stick on it. Probably the best opportunity of the night there for Virginia Tech.
Yeah, the Tech bench in unison all snapped their heads back and screamed all on that one.
Back and forth we go.
Sitting with the cross ice pass, but unable to get a stick on it is Crilly. Line change coming for the Flames. Puck in the Virginia Tech zone. Heisey will go chasing. Options to his left. He crosses out in front. Nobody there for the Flames. Puck sent out to center ice. Jackson Roy will go chasing. He'll take it himself. Loses the puck. Grant Phillips with an L. Shot, I believe that got a hold of the padding of Blake Scott. Sent along to the Liberty. Now out at center ice and dumped back along into the Liberty zone. Martin Setting it over to Wilson. Wilson can't get a stick on it. Martin fighting for it. It dumps back over to Jackson Roy. Roy sends it along the boards to Wilson. Fighting for it is Heisey. He'll go chasing. Virginia Tech able to get a stick on it. Not before Heisey does, though. Back out in front to Roy. Roy with the shot. Looked like it went off the body of Jeff Wilson. He's shaken up on the play just a tad.
It looked like it hit him right in the middle of the back. That can't feel good.
Shot by Roy, rebounded out in front. Sirocco able to get a stick on it. Jackson Roy now down on the ice. Perry sends it back over to Martin. Roy with the shot that's deflected. Blake Scott with the stop. Kyle Martin with the reset. We're going to get a stoppage of play and some extracurriculars once again, and here we go. This has been broiling for the past period and a half here, and it's come to fruition. Be a penalty here against Felipe Rodriguez of the Hokies. And we will not get a minor to match it, I believe. Actually, looking at least, I believe it'll just be the one for Virginia Tech. Let's take another look here, Jake, at the hit.
Yeah, that's an elbow right to the face of Rodriguez, and he takes exception to that with a couple shots after the whistle.
And I have been corrected. It will be number 6 and 7 for the Flames. Martin and Flanders seeing the inside of the sin bin for Liberty as the refs try to figure this one out.
Guys, Jackson Roy here to my left, nursing a sore jaw. He got one up high. I don't know if it was with his shoulder or with a stick, but that's what knocked him down to the ice there. A 5-on-5 action, but he seems to be okay. Took a couple minutes, just getting the creaks out of the jaw. Ben Hughes curious if this is going to be even or if they're going to get a power play out of the deal. And here comes Mr. King. He's going to communicate with him.
Now I'm curious to see, you would think that with the shove at the end there that it would be even strength. Obviously the penalty on Liberty is going to be for that initial check.
But then you get the retaliation
right.
Too. And
be interesting to see what the call is here.
My understanding is the Flames will have a 5-on-4 power play if you just sort through all the details.
Red, I'm interested to hear your thoughts on Jackson Roy being the captain of this D2 team, a younger defenseman.
Solid kid, character guy, has a really nice game to him, and once again, he's a hard worker, leads by example, so I like the pick. You've got a captain possibly for the next 3 years if he doesn't move up to Division I, and the guy that can just really kind of be the foundation for you. And then you got guys with him as well, and Crilly and Clark, or King and Clark rather, that are two individuals that will be here for this year and 2 more years afterwards. So they're just a leadership group that can grow together and be together for 3 years and hopefully win a national championship.
It's not very often that you would have a sophomore as a captain, as you said, but I do agree with you, the fact that you look at where this team's going and, you know, maybe what Coach Ben Hughes is trying to establish here, trying to get his own kind of footprint on the company, or excuse me, on the team, and see what happens with that. So I like the decision, as you said, Red, to go to Jackson Roy, good character kid. So it's looking like, as the numbers stay on the ice right now, a 5-on-4 advantage for the Hokies. Face-off won by the Flames. Puck sent along the boards. And it jets out to center ice. Pushed back into Liberty territory. Puck sent all the way back down. Perry with it, looking for a pass out in front. Nobody was there.
Perry's dangerous, man. He's like the ACHA's version of Michael Grabner. He hasn't scored yet, but this guy gets into scoring areas via speed completely.
Couple of sneaky little players on this team, no doubt about that. Perry's certainly one of them. On the ice right now for the Flames. They're just trying to kill the power play. 5-on-4 man advantage for the Hokies for another minute 18. With it is Hoey. Hoey sends it back along over to Link. Link taking his time. Over to Hoey. Hoey loses it. Johansson out in front, and the Flames will clear.
So I was completely wrong on what I heard. It was actually a power play for Virginia Tech. At least I got 50% of it right. They're pretty good in baseball.
Wilson able to hold on to it now. Getting some extra time for the Flames so they can make a line change. Karanassos fighting down for the Hokies. Helped out by Murphy, but he's unable to hold on to it. Puck sent back out to center ice. Murphy loses it. I'll go back to the Flames. Good penalty kill here for the Liberty. 3:06 left to go in the period. Murphy with it now, sending it back along the boards. Blake Scott will put a stick on it. Glick sending it back over to Richardson. He's met by Murphy. Murphy sending it over to Roberts. Back to Murphy. Shot out in front, that's deflected off the stick of Glick. And it's 5-on-5 even strength. Here come the Flames. Rob Ward unable to get a stick on it. Good defensive work there from Murphy. Heisey will send the puck chasing. Looking for Flanders. Puck squirts out to center ice. Roy will clear. And we'll get a stoppage of play.
Murphy actually leaned over to me a couple minutes ago and said, this one's starting to get a little bit feisty. Had a cheeky grin on his face.
Both these teams not going to shy away from the physicality whatsoever.
It's not too often you see both teams in this area, the Battle of the Blue Ridge they call it, both getting new jerseys in 1 year. Virginia Tech now with the script Virginia Tech on it, the numbers in the middle, more of a football kind of style. Flames getting the solid jersey with the red stripes down the sleeves.
And I like this look for the Flames. All 5 teams wearing the same jersey now. It's a good look.
I think we're going to get a reset on the face-off here. Andy Clark taking it for the Flames. Tyler Foltz for the Hokies. I believe something is wrong with the net. It looks like that's what they're taking a look at. Yeah, we got a rip in the net.
Hole there.
Yeah. So just to give you all a preview of what's to come in the next couple of hours, we have the D3 matchup against Radford. Rhett, you excited about that one?
Oh yeah, I love a Big South matchup.
Be interesting to see. Radford coming back, looking to make a statement here against the Flames. They were, I believe, unsuccessful the last time Liberty played them. 14-1, I want to say, was the score in that one.
That was up in Roanoke at the Berglund Center. That was 2 years ago now.
Way back in 2015, and of course the 11:59 game between the D1 Flames taking on the Westchester Rams. D2 ranked number 2 in the conference. Excuse me, the Flames ranked number 2 in the conference. Westchester down at the bottom, but nevertheless, we'll definitely give them a good game. Westchester always plays physical, always plays hard.
Yeah, I know firsthand how physical Westchester and Liberty games can get. I almost got hit in the face with a Westchester player last year when I was down between the benches for that game.
The whole player came out your face? Is that how that went?
A hit from Quinn Ryan flipped him over the boards.
Ryan. Tell you what, when you hear hit from Quinn Ryan and a player going over the boards, it's not usually two things that go together.
No, man. Quinn Ryan was laying the body last weekend as well. I didn't think he was as physical as he was, but he has a nice little low center of gravity where he can put a hurting on you real bad if he wants to.
Well, when you make Sports Center for all those flashy goals, you forget that he's a pretty good physical player too.
He's a nice little combination of skill and hard work and tenacity, and nice to see him get on the board last weekend in the second game versus Alabama, getting a goal and an assist, and every player on that line had a multi-point night. Garvin and Thompson as well, which is good to see if you're a Liberty D1 fan. Tell you one thing though, now that I'm into my 30s, almost mid-30s now, I hate to admit that, these midnight games kill me. Oh my goodness, it takes me multiple days to recover from these things, and yeah, I'm just gassed for days on end. It doesn't help when you have 6 kids either, right? Because they're waking you up at 7 a.m. They're not letting you sleep till noon like you young guys up there. So,
well, you have 6 kids, and I have 6 games to do this weekend. So I don't know if that's even or not, but we'll see who comes out on the other end better for it. It'll probably be me, but that's all right. So we got the net fixed, and we are ready to roll here at the LaHaye Ice Center. 2:15 left to go in the second period. Adam Fornwall alongside Jacob Patterson and Rhett McGibbon. Flames win the face-off. They'll send the puck back along the boards. Chasing for it now is Crane. Crane first to come to the puck. Options to his right. He'll take it himself. Crane over to Jackson Roy. Roy with the shot. That's why.
Deflected off a couple skates on the way in there, that shot from Roy.
Back over to Martin. Now to Roy. Roy able to get his body out in front of it. Crane. Puck is tipped. Clark able to keep it in the zone. Clark's pass is tipped as well. Virginia Tech doing a nice job clogging the passing lanes.
And they've gone to a zone-style defense. They're basically playing a box +1 right now.
Clark, looking for a cross-ice pass there, but nice work by the Virginia Tech defender. Another pass again. Crilly unable to get a stick on it.
Yeah, Sirocco was down on the ice on that one. Just get that one elevated. It's going right over him.
Roy passing it over to Clark. Clark with King to his left. Oh, good pass there. Just unable to get a stick on it was King. Maybe a little too out in front from Andy Clark. Here comes Virginia Tech with the 2-on-2. Shot, that goes deflected off the stick, and back come the Flames now. It's Marshall King. King sent along the boards. Lamoureux with it. Out in front. Rob Ward now back to Sidden. Back to Ward. Over to Backer. Oh, Backer, nice shot there. Sidden unable to get a stick on it. King, back to Lamoureux. Lamoureux looking for his options. He'll hold on to it himself. Back over to Ward. Oh, Ward, dangerous pass to King. Sidden sends it out in front to net. 20 seconds left to go. Liberty dictating the possession in these last couple of minutes. Now here comes Virginia Tech. 3-on-2 opportunity. A slap shot taken by Grant Phillips is deflected off a stick. Virginia Tech looking for one opportunity. Backer will send it along the boards, and that will do it for the second period. The Flames, winner of the first period, they went up 1-0. They win this period as well, Jake. Maybe not in the penalties category, but certainly on the scoreboard, they lead 2-0.
And that's the only category that really matters in a game of hockey. But yeah, the Liberty comes out with the 2-0 lead after the second period. Much more physical second period than the first. But that's to be expected. Once these two teams get their rhythm, they're gonna start going at it in the physical game.
I like what Virginia Tech did at the end of that period, going to that box +1 style defense. It allows them to conserve energy, so not run around so much in the defensive zone. It's giving the Flames less quality looks at the net as well, and what they can do from that is they can basically kind of formulate a system where the Flames turn over the puck, and hopefully, if you're a Hokies fan, you can just have a quick counter-strike offense, because right now, 5-on-5, Flames pretty much dominating. Everybody can see that from their television screen. But if they can kind of do the old Ottawa Senators style of play, where you're basically just patiently waiting, lurking in the tall grass, and then when your opponent creates a turnover, if you can counter-strike with a 2-on-1, they have an opportunity at least to get back into this hockey game.
Let's take things down to Whitney Robertson, who's with a man that's not unfamiliar with interviews, the new head coach of the D2 team, Ben Hughes.
Thanks so much, guys. Coach, it's your first time coaching a D2 game. How do you feel about your players' performance thus far?
They've done really well. I like our energy. I mean, we want to be a fast team, so I think we've done that the whole game so far.
And offensively, things seem to be going really well for y'all. What are some improvements that you're wanting to make going into the third period?
I'd say because we're so focused on attacking and we're attacking with speed, I'd like to see our defense get a little bit more crisper on their passes. We got a little sloppy there towards the end of the period, so I think we can tighten up a little bit.
And then my last question, are you dying to be out on the ice right now?
Oh, well, I think we all are, yeah. All of our coaches are out there for sure, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Whitney. Liberty leads in this one 2-0 over Virginia Tech. Virginia Tech not going away. They stay physical, they stay scrappy. It will be an interesting third period to watch. Stick with us here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Third period action, just under 25 seconds away here at the LaHaye Ice Center. Adam Fornwalt alongside Jacob Patterson and Rhett McGibbon. Rhett now back up in the booth with us. Interesting 2 periods of play here, guys. Jacob, I'll start with you. What did you like that you saw in the second period for Virginia Tech that could carry over?
They picked up the physicality in the second period, and as the second period wore on, they were cutting down on the center ice turnovers too. That was a big problem for them in the first, and they cut down on it in the second, so props to them.
Rhett, how has new head coach Ben Hughes done with this D2 team?
I think he's done a great job. You know, one thing you always look at, new head coach, is how organized they are in their system, and you know, we're showing penalties right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't look great, but nonetheless, you know, they are organized and they have a plan of attack. They know what they're doing, and it also helps when you've got guys with a lot of experience. You know, you've got just under 10 players in the lineup that have played Division I at one point, and you've got some top-end D2 talent that have been with this team. So he really walked into a great scenario for him being a first-year head coach. He's got a talented group that knows how to play hockey, and basically he just needs to point them in the right direction and corral them at times, and they'll do the rest.
Quite a number of penalties racked up in that second period. Nothing crazy, but this game certainly has gotten a little bit more physical. We'll see if it goes to more of a dire situation for Virginia Tech, if they need to start getting some goals on the board here late, or will it just turn into a chippy one? We'll have to wait and see. I tend to think that Virginia Tech's really going to try and win this game and maybe not necessarily resort to the chippiness.
Yeah, they're going to have to go for, hey, they're going to have to play a physical game, but nothing. They can't go to chippy, because that'll put Liberty on the power play, and that is not a place you want to go. You do not want to keep going shorthanded against this Liberty team.
Both of Liberty's goals have come on the power play. A first period goal by Rob Ward, and then in the second, Andy Clark. And that's where we stand, 2-0. So we are back underway here in the third period. Virginia Tech clears the puck into the Liberty zone. Chasing for it is Johansson. Puck shot high into the air, comes down in Virginia Tech zone. Chasing for it is Crane. Killer Seas back out on the ice for the Flames. Clark goes chasing for it, finds the stick of Crane. Crane with the shot, glove save by Sirocco.
That was a great save by Sirocco. He jumped out on top of that one, made sure that wasn't going to get anywhere near his cage.
Impressive work by Christian Sirocco, the 5'10" junior goalie. Let's take another look here at the replay. It was a turnover, finds the stick of Crane, and a great shot. Even had the little distraction going across the net, but able to stay focused was Sirocco. Turnover at center ice. Backer with it. Sends it down into the defensive zone of Virginia Tech. King will go chasing and end up finding the stick, though, of Lamoureux out in front. Nobody home. Sidden with the shot. That's deflected. Miscommunication between Backer and Sidden. Not only on the offensive side, Red, are these guys going to have to learn where each other are, but defensively as well, just knowing where your partner is at all times. That's going to be key. A lot of new defensive pairings for the Flames.
Yeah, they lost a lot of defenders. They only had 3 returners coming back. That was Glick, Richardson, and Roy.
Opportunity here for the Flames, so it's poked away by the Hokies. Puck sent along the boards by Phillips. Scott will come out and stop it with his stick. Dumped back along the Glick on the near side. King pokes it back. Glick working now over to his left. Sending it out to center ice. Lamoureux, options to his right. It was Perry there, but he was unable to find the pass.
Got to get that pass through. If he's able to connect with Perry, Perry is in on goal all alone.
Glick shoots the puck out to center ice. Falling down for it is Heisey, but able to come up with it is Wilson. Wilson over to Heisey. Heisey options out in front. He's got Perry streaking. Bad pass there, deflected away, and Flames will reset. Perry has it poked and prodded. Glick able to come out with it. Flames with the reset. Out in front to Wilson, unable to get a stick on it, is number 19. Perry able to come up with it. Good hustle from him. Couple options. Out and over to Roy. Roy with the shot. That's deflected wide.
That didn't miss by much.
Martin with it now. Sent back along. Out in front. Rebound. Good stop there by Sirocco. Face-off coming in Hokie territory.
And Liberty's got to start getting bodies in front of the net again, right? Right now, Sirocco's on top of everything. They need to get some screens on him, get in his face. That's the only way you're going to get pucks past him at even strength.
I'd almost do a screen 4 or 5 feet out, because if you notice the rebounds that come off Sirocco's pads are coming out about 4 or 5 feet.
Good push through here for the Hokies, and a shot. Great save by Blake Scott. Mason Wildgroup with the opportunity there. The pass over from Karen Assos.
That's what I was talking about. You just kind of wait Liberty out. You hope they make a mistake. Here's one. You get a scoring opportunity. The next thing you need to do is bury, but that was a big stop by Blake Scott. He had the 5-hole open. He was giving it to him, and then he took it right away.
Face-off won by the Flames. Martin clearing it along to the far side. Virginia Tech trying to keep it in the zone. Can't do it. Pass out to center ice. Hit from Crilly. Roy fighting forward as well. Crilly ends up with it. Back pass ends up on his butt. And we'll send it back along into the Virginia Tech zone. Crane fighting for it. Clark finds it on his skate. He has it poked away. Calandra holding onto it. Pokes it ahead to McGee.
One thing that's making me a little nervous is the fact that the Flames are pinching guys in deep. You've got a 2-goal lead. I don't want you to sit back, but you definitely don't want to give up odd man rushes. And in the last 3 minutes, I've seen multiple opportunities for Tech to be able to go on the rush.
Martin with it now. Puck sent along the boards. Clark will go chasing. Virginia Tech able to come out with it. It's Andrew Link. Link pushes it forward. And icing will be the call. Couple of good opportunities for Virginia Tech, just unable to capitalize on it. And the lead stands at 2-0. Not much here in the first 4 minutes of play, but a hectic 16 left to go. Niederer to take the face-off for the Flames. Met by Simonian for the Hokies. Face-off won by the Flames. Backer. Pokes it out in front. That puck was loose, but able to clear it out was Virginia Tech.
Calandra was right there on the back end of the crease, had the awareness to find it and clear it out.
Flanders dumps it along to Sidden. Sidden trying to poke through. Eventually he does. Couple of options out in front. He'll take it along the net himself. Sidden over to Backer. Backer with the shot. That's off the skate. Sidden will dump it back along. Over to Niederer. Niederer pinned along the boards. Wiesner fights the puck out. Tries to wrap it around. He's too far behind the net. Niederer with the shot. Good work there. Rebound. Unable to get a stick on it is Flaunder. Puck simmers out to center ice. Sidden over to Backer. Backer over to Wiesner. Wiesner sent along the boards. Puck cleared back down. No icing. New line for Virginia Tech. Pass stolen by Phillips. He will send it back along. Miscue there from Scott, but Liberty able to come out with it. Nice pass there. Rob Ward with it now. Lamoureux to his right. He's going to take it himself. Looked like a no-look shot there from Rob Ward. But able to hold on to it is Christian Sirocco. And with that, we're going to send things down to Whitney Robertson.
Thank you, Adam. Liberty has adopted a new motto, We the Champions, and this is directly centered around their mission statement, Training Champions for Christ. Now, Coach Ben Hughes said that this directly encompasses everything that their program is about. Not necessarily training up guys to just win hockey games, but training them up to be great fathers, great husbands, great leaders, and employees one day. Guys, back to you.
Thank you very much, Whitney. Certainly a very good mantra for this school to live by on all platforms, all across campus. Glick with it now on the far side. Rob Ward scoops it up and dumps it back along the center ice. Chasing is Marshall King. He's going to have an opportunity. Pass, almost had a pass there, but just lost it. He had Lamoureux on his right.
King needs to fire that puck. He's got a solid shot. Just let that fly.
Lamoureux will end up finding it in the Virginia Tech zone. Taking his time out in front to Martin. Martin with the shot. Almost, oh wow, the puck was right between the legs of Sirocco. He thought he had it in his glove there, but he couldn't hold on to it, but luckily Virginia Tech was able to poke it away.
Yeah, that one tight-roped across the goal line.
Andy Clark working his own tightrope. Has options out in front. He'll swing back around. Net comes off the hinges, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
I'm surprised that's not a penalty because Lamoureux went into the net hard and Sirocco took a pretty good shot to the head with a shoulder. The goaltender's always tough because the goaltender's cage, you've got about an extra 3 to 4 inches from your chin to the end of your mask, and if you catch it just right, it can really snap your head. Now, luckily for Sirocco in that collision there, his head didn't snap. He took it full right on the front and just kind of forced him back in his net, but still, that's pretty solid contact, and Flames escape without a penalty.
Fulton Clark on the face-off for either team. Puck sent up into the air, won by the Flames. Crane back down over the sit-in. Sit-in back to Crane. Crane pushed along the boards. Clark there to help, but he's surrounded by a couple of sweaters of Virginia Tech. Tech able to clear. Here comes Hartley. Pushing it through is Virginia Tech. Liberty able to hold on to it in the defensive zone. Sidden with it now. He's sent it to the boards for his trouble. Crane pushes it back along, and Liberty will push the reset. Crilly loses it on his stick. It'll be sent back along the boards. He'll go chasing for it, though. Just beating him there is Calandra. Calandra loses it. Puck out in front. Heisey with the shot. Nice save. Beautiful work from Sirocco.
Great shot and a better save.
Richardson able to keep it in the zone. Perry with it now. He's got Heisey to his left. Passed over the Heisey, but he's unable to get a complete shot on it. Perry goes and finds it. Matthew Perry with it now, doing a lot of the dirty work for the Flames on this line. Passed out in front, had Heisey trailing, did Jeff Wilson. Sent along the boards is Heisey. He's pinned down to the ice, and we'll get a stoppage of play.
Wilson gave his man a little bit of an extra shot there at the end of it all. I tell you, Perry has been so effective tonight. His speed has created so much for Liberty. He's done it on both ends of the ice. He's been quality defensively, but I feel like every time he gets out there, something positive happens for Liberty offensively.
Definitely more of the creative type is Matthew Perry, but can certainly put the puck in the back of the net as well. Has the ability to do both.
Yeah, Matthew, a arts major here at the school, does fantastic claymation stuff.
There you go. Creative on and off the ice.
I'm totally
you set me up for that.
Yeah, I believed it.
Phillips with it now, passing it over to Slater. Phillips, was trailing there. Good work from him, but just couldn't get the final touches on it. Puck sent back along. Jackson Roy will reset here for the Flames. Long pass down to Wiesner.
Man, if he could have touched that to Niederer, Niederer had a lot of speed on coming in on a flat-footed defenseman.
Martin over to Roy. Roy to Niederer. Niederer loses it. Slater with it now for Virginia Tech. He loses it. Niederer pushed into Roy, but Roy will come out with it. Over on, cutting out to center ice. Taking his time, Roy with the shot. Good work there again from Sirocco.
And it looks like the Flames are crashing the crease, but, and I believe they have. They've gone to the net freely at times, but also the Hokie defense has been pushing guys in. You take a look here, Niederer going in. He gets tied up and knocked into the goaltender slightly. So that's a little bit of a...
Certainly going both ways.
Yeah, exactly. They're putting it.
They're putting themselves there, but the end result has been from Virginia Tech pushing them that last couple inches. Physicality still reigning here in the third period, but the Flames lead 2-0 with 11 and change left to go. Out in front, nice shot there by Crane. Once again, Sirocco meets him there. Crane taking his time, has it poked away by Virginia Tech. Here comes Trevor Murphy. Murphy looking for the give and go, but he's unable to find anyone. Falling down is Sean Backer, but he's able to clear the puck. What a pass over to Crane with a shot back in the net. 3-0 Flames.
And I think Joe Mullen has every right to be frustrated and confused here. If you take the replay all the way back to where Virginia Tech was breaking out of their zone, Sid and ran interference on the forward that chipped it by him. And then that allowed the Flames to break it out cleanly.
Let's take another look here. Good work from Crane. Able to tuck it home just on that left side. Not much Sirocco can do there, Jake.
No, nothing you can really do about that. Crane's in there alone. He found the opening and he took it and slotted it home off that quick wrister.
And you can hear audibly head coach of Virginia Tech not happy and thought it should have been a penalty. Nevertheless, Liberty leads 3-0. Rob Ward with it now, working it over to Marshall King. King holding onto the puck, dumps it back along. Richardson not ready for it. And the Flames will be forced to reset. Scott will clear it back along, but it's met by a Hokie. Poked back over to Robert. Robert with the shot, patted away by Blake Scott. Wild group there as well, trying to force it home. Back over to Roberts. Roberts taking his time. Puck shot well wide. Finds Grant Phillips. Phillips dumps it back along over to Lamoureux, and the Flames will clear. Glick with the reset for the Flames. Trailing his Wild group. King has the puck forced out of his hands. And a shot there and be stopped by Blake Scott. Dumped back along over to Ward. Ward has an option up in front of him, and it's King. Good work there by the Hokies to clear that up. Fultz with it now, dumping it back along. Finds the breadbasket of Martin. Here comes Martin, options to his right. He'll take the shot. Pops up into the air off the pads of Sirocco. And the Hokies will hold on to it. Clearing it back along are the Hokies, but Flames able to come out on top. What a pass. Lamoureux out in front, and a shot by Perry. Just couldn't get the final touches on it.
Just a little bit off on the timing there. Pulled the trigger a little too late, and it bounced off.
Lamoureux with it. Lamoureux will take it himself. Empty ice out in front. Just couldn't get the final stick on it. He had ice. I think he just didn't know what to do with it. Grant Phillips with it now for the Hokies. Good work from him and a shot. That's up and above the top bar. Ricochets off the boards. Now the Flames with a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Wow, what a great pass there. And a shot that's deflected off the stick of Fultz. Dumped back along over to Wilson. Wilson with a pass out in front. Shot rebounded high up into the netting.
All right, let's take a look here at this play. This is why Joe Mullen's so frustrated with the official right now. And what happens is Virginia Tech breaking it out. So you see here, they poke it by. Now he's going to do a chip. He's going to try to fly, and he gets stood up by Sidden right there, which should be interference. Now the Flames, from that, get an outlet pass, and boom, they're away the races, and they score a goal. So you go from thinking you're going to get a power play to all of a sudden you're down 3-0 at a pivotal time in the hockey game.
Frustrating there, nevertheless, for Virginia Tech. The score remains 3-0. Great work there by our replay crew. Here come the Hokies with an opportunity to get back into this one. It's stolen away. Poked up into the air. Fighting for it is Hoey. Hoey just doing anything he can. There's a shot. That's just wide. Good stick there from Murphy. Puck pushed along the boards. With it now is Virginia Tech, and a shot. That's deflected. Rebound opportunity by Vasinko.
Hokies pushing right now, but Flames doing a good job of getting bodies in front of the net, keeping the shots from getting through.
Great pass out in front over the Wilson. One-on-one opportunity. Wilson tries to thread the needle. Backhanded shot out in front. Sent high in the air. Heisey tried to clean up, but he couldn't. Pass out in front to Wilson. Tried to go between the legs and stopped by the Hokies.
I love Wilson. Great guy, a really good hockey player that has a ton of skill. If I could get into his ear for a minute, I would be like, don't try to make the extra move. Use your size and speed and just protect that puck and drive to the net and start showing a power forward game. And in doing that, it'll open up ice for you, and then you can show your skill. But first, you just need to be a little grittier and show that strength that you have.
Clark trying to make something happen, but it comes out too far to the stick of Richardson. Flames with the reset. On it now is Calandra. Calandra will clear it back along, goes off the back of the net. Glick loses it, pokes it back along. Virginia Tech comes out with it. Able to hold on to it is Virginia Tech. There's a shot. That's puck goes bouncing out in front. Eventually finds its way back around to the sticks of the Flames. Richardson with the clear. Fighting for it are the Flames. Crane was pushing forward as well as Crilly, but would have been offsides.
Yeah, I think it speaks volumes. Ben Hughes this is his first game coaching.
Yeah.
You know, that's quite the accomplishment in itself. And then he's putting an awful lot of trust in what I guess you could call this fourth line of Flanders, Niederer, and Crilly right now. And he keeps playing them, and I like it because I think they're playing extremely well.
Well, and you'd have to say those guys, you want to get them plenty of experience, but this game definitely is not over. Nevertheless, I mean, one mistake and it's 3-1. Then you've got that 2-goal lead that we always talk about. So this one's certainly not in the bag quite yet, but as you said, Rhett, putting a lot of trust in these freshman skaters.
And that's what you got to do. They'll be ready for bigger situations later in the season now that they've played in games like this.
Puck scooped up by Blake Scott, and we'll get a face-off coming in the Liberty zone. 5:11 left to go in the third period. Liberty leads 3-0. Goals for the Flames scored by Andy Clark, Rob Ward, and Jamie Crane. Puck sent along the boards. Virginia Tech able to play the rebound, but eventually it's stolen away by Backer. King trying to poke it through, can't do so. Hartley on the puck now for the Hokies. Bounces off the boards to Fultz, but King able to poke it through. King with options to his right, sends it at the goalie instead. Sirocco clearly makes that the worst choice of the two, and he scoops it up.
You had a guy open in the crease there. I don't know why you take that shot. Just trying to keep Sirocco on his toes, I guess.
Red, I think offensively this Virginia Tech team has a lot of promise, but I think somewhere they're maybe lacking is that final third play to get the drive started, to get it going really. And there's a shot and a goal there, I believe. I just missed it as I was speaking to Rhett.
That was a seeing
quick
eye
one there.
shot. Yeah, Robert Ward gets it at the point, turns and fires. Sirocco never saw it. It found the back bar and went straight down. 2 goals for him on the day.
Rob Ward, just as clean as you like right here. We'll get another look at it. Just straight through. Never saw it coming, did Sirocco.
They got the screens in just the right place that he couldn't see where the puck was coming from, and it dropped right over his shoulder.
4-0 is the score now. 4:40 left to go. Jackson Roy with the puck.
Kind of crazy thing about it, Robert Ward, 3 years ago, perhaps 4 now, was Rookie of the Year in the ACHA D1 level.
Wow.
you know, and then for Matters, couldn't come back to Liberty for a bit of a time and then found himself on the D2 team. And just what a leader and a guy that, you know, I'll be honest, you think of him as a sniper and offensive first guy, but he has really just taken this leadership role and ran away with it. He's defensively blocking shots like you saw early in this game. He's always looking to pass first. I think he has just been a dream come true for Chris Lowe's and his coaching staff last year, and I think he'll be great for Ben Hughes this year.
Well, I think I've been most impressed with his creativity, just the passes that he's made, just the natural feel he has for the game. You could really tell hockey just runs through his veins. He knows the game inside and out, and he's played very, very well today, and it's shown up on the score sheet. So we're going to get a penalty here against the Flames, going to go against Kyle Martin. That's his first of the season.
Probably a boarding call from the look of that.
So 5-on-4 opportunity for Virginia Tech.
You know, we talk a lot about Ben Hughes being a first-year coach, but Danny Logan, the forwards coach for the Flames, it's also his first year and first game behind the bench, and I'm sure his dad, Mr. Logan, listening in, and son's doing a quality job getting the forwards out there and has them pretty tenacious and offensively creative here in this first game.
Shot from Virginia Tech, scooped up by Blake Scott. We'll get another faceoff coming. Certainly the offensive punch is there for the Flames. I don't think they're going to have any problem with that. If you can clean up the mistakes, clean up the penalties, and maybe get those defensive pairings a little bit more comfortable with each other, you could really see a good team develop here this season. But a lot of new faces and a lot of changes on this D2 squad. But they look to be back and better than ever. Puck cleared away by the Flames. 1:40 left to go on the penalty. Virginia Tech looks to reset.
You look, I think if you took this exact game last season, Liberty would win this game 8-2.
Yes.
The current team they have is going to be a team that wins this game 4-0 or 5-0 and are that much better defensively, in my opinion. And they had quality defenders last year. I just believe that was a group that the eye was on the offense at all times, and I think this group will be a little bit more grinded out, defensively responsible, and it's going to be a different style of hockey to watch, but I think fans will love it.
Up the ice comes Matthew Perry. On the shorthanded side of things are the Flames. Perry will decide to come back out and keep the possession rather than dumping. Richardson will send the puck back along. Wilson will chase.
Kill two birds with one stone on that one. Keep the puck away from Virginia Tech and kill some clock.
Liberty playing the best defense is a good offense here on this penalty kill. 40 seconds left to go on the power play. Puck dumped back along by Glick. Sent out to Perry. Perry with an opportunity. He's got two men surrounding him, though. Perry with a pass out in front.
I don't know if D2 gives a hard hat to a guy or something that's like the unsung hero of the game. I'd give it to Perry. I think he has played great.
There's a shot and a goal from Virginia Tech as they get on the board in this one, and it's 4-1.
It's a nice play by Tech. They drive it wide, have a man out in front. He has to battle through a check and gets good wood on the shot, and they find the back of the net.
Yeah, they found their opportunity. They took them all game. They've been pushing, and they finally break through here with 2:25 left in the third.
Let's take a look at the replay here. Simonian with the initial attempt and then sent back out in front, and nice work there from, I believe, Luke Slater.
Yeah, and Richardson loses his check in front, or he's with the guy, but he doesn't tie up his stick, and it enables him to once again get a quality shot off, and unfortunately for Blake Scott, it slips by him with a little over 2:20 left in this one at the time and breaks the shutout.
So if you're Virginia Tech, it's a positive note to end on with their goal. Liberty still holds a 4-1 lead. 2:18 left to go in this one. Shot, that's just wide. Good stick there from Miles Miller. Clark over to Crane. Crane looking for Clark once again, but that puck's sent wide. Clark with options. He dumps it back along over to Sidden. Sidden looking for the poke. That puck goes behind the net. Backer unable to get his stick on it. And the Flames will reset. Line change coming for the Flames. Virginia Tech unable to clear it out of their zone during that time period. Holding on to it now is Link. Link passing it along to Fultz. Fultz option to his right, he finds Slater, but we're gonna get an offside.
Nice little breakout Virginia Tech had going there, but just a little too jumpy over the blue line and coming back out.
Get a face off at center ice here. 1:28 left to go. Puck sent out into the Liberty defensive zone. Roy will scoop it up, try and send it back along the boards. Over to Lamoureux. No icing here as Vasinko goes chasing. He's sent into the boards. Out in front of it now is Hoey. Hoey dumps it along to Murphy. Murphy over on the far side, cuts back inside. Murphy with a pass out in front, but DeShill wasn't quite there in time. There's a shot and a scoop up by Blake Scott.
Well, under a minute here, the Flames, unless something catastrophic happens, will walk away with their first win of the season and I don't know if you want to say a step in the right direction for them, but I think, you know, a lot of unknowns on this team. You have so many new faces, a brand new coaching staff, and I'm sure everybody will walk away feeling good about the product, good about the work ethic, and they will just keep on getting better from here on out.
Well, and you want to get that first win under your belt too, especially as a new head coach. I think that's really big. Getting that first win says a lot about where you're going, and it gives, you know, high morale and high, you know, strong attitude, positive attitude heading into the rest of the season. Virginia Tech looking for another goal to add to their resume in this one. 28 seconds left to go. Fighting for it along the boards. Perry, Glick now with it. Sent down to the ice was Heisey, and then trips up a Virginia Tech player in response. Glick sends it along the boards over to Heisey. Heisey looking to hold it out for the rest of the game here. Richardson will grab it up. Richardson sending it along the boards over the Wilson, and that will do it. The Flames take this one 4-1. They move to 1-0 on the season, Jake.
Yeah, great first win for this team. It's got a lot of guys playing together for the first time, and a new head coach getting his first win in his first game behind the benches.
Good work from the Flames. They came out early, got the 1-0 lead, and then doubled it, made it 2-0, and then scored two more in the third. And Virginia Tech able to answer, get one back to make it 4-1. You see head coach Ben Hughes there, first win as a coach under his belt. Congratulations to him. Many more to come for him for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun team to watch this year. Building off what they had last year with a lot of roster changes, but they picked up right where they left off last year. Maybe not as offensively explosive, but still going to be a fun team to watch this year.
Jake, let's take a look at our star of the game. 2 goals this afternoon, look very strong for the Flames. Rob Ward.
Yeah, Rob Ward, he's been a great presence on this D2 team the last couple of years. And did what he does best tonight. Got a couple big goals. Was a physical presence on defense.
That first one was great.
The first one and the second one, where he had the screens and he got it in just the right spot where Sirocco wasn't going to be able to see it and got it right over his shoulder. That was a great shot.
So congrats to Rob Ward. Good guy all around, but great on the ice. Just really solid for this Flames team, and a really nice piece for the Flames to hold on to here in the first year of Ben Hughes' coaching career. So, Jake, moving forward in this season, obviously the Flames are done for the weekend, but moving on the weekends down the line, what do you see from this team? What are some things they need to work on? What are some things that they can build off of?
They didn't take too many today, but they need to watch the penalties. This is a pretty physical team, so they're going to be going to the box. You just need to limit it, because that's where Virginia Tech got a lot of their pressure, and keep stepping up on the power play. That's where their first 2 goals came from today, and that's going to be the strength of this team this year. Along with when they have the space, they're going they're going to be all over it.
Here's the play of the game, Jake. Andy Clark finding it out in front. Good work there from Jamie Crane, but it was Clark with the finish.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot of this from the Flames offense this year. Dirty goals off of rebound bounces that just find their way to the back of the net.
All right, with that, let's send things down to Whitney, who's with Andy Clark.
Thanks, guys. Andy, you are leaving the first game of the season with a W. Congratulations, by the way. What are your takeaways from today?
That the boys can work. I mean, we didn't know we had basically a whole new team come out this year. It's just good to see the boys working and coming out fast and hitting hard, so it's great to see.
And after joining D2 this year, how are you taking on these new leadership responsibilities?
I'm taking it just like any other captain or assistant captain would take it. Just with the boys, trying to make sure there's no cliques in the group, and just taking after our captain, Jackson Roy, who's a great captain, and new coaches. So it's going great, but just trying to lead by example mostly. So.
Yeah, now there's a lot of high expectations on this team. They've made it to the finals the past 2 years. What are your expectations for the rest of the season?
We're going to win this year. We're national championship this year for sure, without a doubt.
Thanks so much, Andy. Congrats.
Well, you heard it from Andy Clark first. We've got a national championship contender on our hands, Jake.
Yeah, they made the finals the last 2 years, but made an impressive statement in their first game today. I wouldn't be surprised if they won it all this year.
Look, when they've got talents like Andy Clark, Crilly, and Crane, the killer C's, and Blake Scott back in goal as well, have to give him a shout out as well. Played very well. Probably should have had the shutout, that one goal sneaking past him. But a solid performance from the Flames today. They walk away with this one 4-1. Stick around with LFSN. We'll be back for some D3 hockey action between the Liberty Flames and Radford. It'd be a good one to watch. Some interesting storylines, that one as well. Keep it locked with us. For Whitney Robertson, Rhett McGibbon, Jake Patterson, I'm Adam Fornwalt. We'll see you next time.